Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. And today I'm gonna be presenting to you a completely new project that I've made up. If it already exists somewhere, let me know, but I wasn't able to find it anywhere, and I asked you guys a couple times in my previous videos and none of you seem to know about similar project. So maybe I'm gonna be the first one to start it also. But if you know someone who already is making this, please let me know down below and I'll tag them and I'll like rename that or whatever, just in case. But in this project, I decided to call it Palette Crush of the Month, where I'm gonna be focusing on one palette for the whole month, and I have to use it every single day of the month. It's not a problem for me since I wear makeup every day. If you don't wear makeup every day, maybe try to use it every single time you do wear makeup. That could be like a different version of this project, but that's kind of the gist of it. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I will tell you a little bit more about this later on. But in case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows especially. That's kind of my passion. And I've been really focusing on a lot of different projects and like having fun with my collection and using my collection more. I'm like fairly good at rotating my collection, but I want to get more out of my collection and try to really like, since I already feel like I've tried any possible color story, I'm trying to find like holes in that and maybe new ideas that I haven't tried before, because I feel like I've done so many different looks over the past couple of years, so it's kind of hard for me to come up with something that I haven't done before that isn't just like a liner look that I'm like painting my entire face with. So that's kind of maybe another so maybe this project will allow me to do that, as well as my other projects. If you want to know about other projects that I'm currently working on, I'll link the playlists and the videos down in the description box for you. But now, let's get right into it. So I decided that every single month, I'm gonna pick a palette that I'm gonna wear every single day. I don't have to wear just that palette. I can use that palette for a brow shade, a blush, a highlighter. I can use just one of the shades for my eye look, like however I want to. I just have to use one shade at least every single day of the month. And I thought I'm gonna try first the Divination palette by Blend Bunny in collaboration with Robert Welsh, because obviously like it's a full-on rainbow palette with every single possible color that you could want. I think the only color that isn't there is like orange and maybe red, but I don't wear reds at all. So there's a lot of things to choose from, but I decided I should also try to bring something from my seasonal collection that I haven't really touched yet, and I do really want to touch it a lot in spring. So I kind of changed my plan for this, and I also decided to use this palette because I am toying with the idea of trying to put it in my... I was kind of thinking of starting the Panda palette in order, but I'm not gonna be able to do it this year. I already want to start, like, I'm starting this project and I think I'm gonna start one more project, and I feel like that could be a little bit too much. So I might start with it next year if I'll feel like it is doable for me, because I would really like to try the Panda palette in order. But in the meantime, for the next... how many days are in April? It's 30, right? Yeah. For the next 30 for the next 30 days, I'm gonna be focusing on my Cosmic Beauty Delicious Delights palette. It's in my spring palette collection, and obviously I try to pick a palette that kind of has everything that I might technically need in a look. So usually I use at least one kind of lighter or pastelier look, or I use like an inner corner highlight, or any of these colors. These are all colors that I wear on a daily basis. So I can't think of a day where I wouldn't be able to reach for any of these, at least like on a small area of my eye. Or this one I can use as a highlighter. Maybe I could try this one as a blush, even though it's very bright. But you know, I could try that. Otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna be able to use this on my face. If I'm kind of still toying with the idea of dyeing my hair again, so maybe I could use this shade, but this one feels like very orangey brown, so maybe not. But you know, like technically I can kind of play with this one, and I just can't think of a look where I couldn't use at least one of these shades. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, and I would like to do a couple looks just with this palette, or like mainly using this palette, because it is beautiful and I really like the color story of this, and you can do so much with this. I really enjoy these, especially like the kind of lemon yellow with that like very bright pink right underneath, or this kind of like buttery yellow with this steely green, also very pretty. These two next to each other, also wonderful combination. This blue with that like buttery yellow, also very pretty. Like there's so many wonderful combinations. Honestly, lately I've been kind of even toying with the idea of mixing sweetie and gingerbread. Like these two also kind of look nice, even though I'm usually not into like brown and blue, but this one is more like orange brown to blue, and orange and blue is like literally one of my favorite combinations. So yeah, there's just so many things, and I love the shimmers in this one as well. They're really beautiful, so that one could be really nice for me. And we're currently at 34 uses, so I have to get to 64 uses of this palette. There might be a chance that I'm not gonna be able to use this when I'm gonna be reviewing new products, because I don't really want to review a new product and mix older palette with it. So I think for those occasions, I'm just gonna use like one of these shades, maybe underneath my brows or as a highlighter or something like that. Or technically I could try to use the shade gingerbread as like a bronzer maybe. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But usually if I film reviews, I try to do that during the weekend, but sometimes I don't have the time, and I have to do that during my work week, which means that I wear a regular look for my job and then I take it off and create a look with the new product, wear it for like 7-8 hours, and then go to sleep. So technically that way I should still be able to like get a use of this during the day, or I'm just gonna figure out another way of how to use it. But we'll see. In this first month, maybe I'll add into the rules that if I'm currently trying and filming with a new product for my initial review, I don't have to use this palette. I was kind of really struggling with this one, because on one hand I can't imagine a look where I couldn't use at least one of the shades, but if I'm gonna be reviewing something, I would love for this palette to have a brow shade or a blush shade or one more highlighter shade, because this one is a blue, like gold toned one. I don't know how well you can see that. It's like a pinky purpley blue, so if I'm gonna do like a very warm look, obviously it's not gonna really work with that, and we don't really have a warmer shimmer that's light enough. But I'll figure it out and do something about that. But maybe I'm gonna add a little clause there that if I'm filming a first impression, I don't have to use this one. For the first month, I think I'm gonna just keep it simple, and then we can change it in a month. So it's the 11th for me, but I'm gonna hopefully post it. I'm not completely sure, but I'll definitely start counting the uses tomorrow. So on 12th of April, and then month later, I'm gonna come back and share with you the result, and we're gonna pick another palette for next month. I'm really excited for this project. Like, I really can't wait to play with this, and I think it could be a really nice project. Also, let me know if you would consider being part of this project. If you are, I'm gonna put a hashtag on the screen and also in my description. And if you're gonna use this project, please use this hashtag and tag me so that I know other people are part of it. I would like to create like a chat group or maybe like a channel group, but I don't have enough followers here or anywhere else to do that as far as I know. I'm gonna have to check it, but I'm pretty sure that I can't create anything like that so far. But maybe eventually if I'll get a little bit more followers or subscribers in the next months, maybe. But I don't know how well that's gonna work. But I would definitely like to create a group where we could share our progress, but definitely tag me and use the hashtag if you want to be part of this project. And let me know what you think about the project name, because I thought it's really nice, but I was kind of I had two options. First one was the one that I actually picked, which is Palette Crush of the Month. And then the second one that I was kind of toying with, but I wasn't really sure, and it was kind of boring, was just like Palette of the Month. But I felt like that's kind of boring, and I wanted to have like a fun name. But also just like, I want it to be something that I'm gonna be able to remember and pronounce. However, if you do have like better idea, or some like catchier name, leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll put up a vote and we can like change it eventually. But for now, for the starters, we're gonna call it this. And yeah, let me know down below if you like my pick. If you would pick another palette, what would it be? Either imaginary, or if you're actually gonna be part of the project, definitely let me know what you chose. And I hope we're gonna have a lot of fun with this project, and that it's gonna help me and hopefully you too to just like really focus on your collection and maybe find some hidden gems in your collection, or just like other ways how you can use your makeup instead of only focusing on your eye makeup. But with that being said, that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful month, and have lots of fun with this project. So bye, see you tomorrow.